There we go. I think that you can hear me. Hey there. Hi, Chris. I think that you are muted. Perfect. Hey there. So welcome. This is the first episode of the Weekly Dev Hour. I had to write that because we are just getting started. What is this series? This series, it will be about Daily.dev, of course, and we will do a lot of stuff here. We will show new feature. We will show you how to use Daily.dev. So, for example, this is the perfect live stream where you can jump in, ask questions. And yes, so I would like to introduce Chris, and maybe most of you already know him. So, Chris, can you? What about you? Chris is a software engineer, but is also a friend of mine. We have been connected on Twitter since a lot, and now we have been started to work together. I was about to say some days ago, but it's more than a month now.
Yeah, it's already a month. Jeez, that goes quick. So I'm a software engineer at Daily.dev and responsible for creating new features and maintaining the application together with Lee and Ido. And I've been a software developer for a long time. And in my spare time, I do some blogging on the side. So that's probably where a lot of people know me from.
And I don't know if that's it was a destiny, but his Twitter handle is like Daily.dev Tips. So maybe that was destiny that you had to end up here.
Exactly.
Or maybe it was just a strategy. I don't know. Yes. So what will we do? What will we do today? Today we'll try to do something interesting because if you go on the Daily.dev GitHub repository, by the way, it's linked, but I can also share this again soon. We will try to do what you can also do with us, and we can also ask questions. So okay, so what will we do today, Chris?
We'll set up the repo locally. So what the end goal will be to have Daily.dev running on your local machine.
Nice.
So instead of having it like this, which is actually a local version, it will be your own self-hosted one. So it also allows you to contribute if you ever wish to do so.
Perfect. Okay, so let's pretend that we are pretty new. I think that you have tried this already, but okay, so let's pretend that we are kind of new of this repository. So we just jump into this repository. So what you do usually, you jump into the README, right?
Exactly. So the repo is the daily repo in the Daily.dev organization. It's an open source repo, so everyone can access it. You can see it's public. And this is like the main repository that you enter. It's basically just a README of the whole project and what it looks like. So you get some information about Daily.dev, like what it is, and then the important parts, like the structure of it. So as you can see, it has like a front end, which is the apps repo. That's a mono repo with all the front end projects in it, because we have multiple ones. And then the back end, which is basically all separate solutions. We actually have a couple more. Might actually have to look into updating this. And then you get like a high-level architecture overview, the tech stack, so kind of like what we use.
Nice. It looks great. And can you just scroll up a little bit, because we have more than 4,000 stars on this project, which is I think pretty successful. Of course, you can help us and click that star. Perfect, Chris. Okay, so where is the README, the steps to get into that? And of course, if you want to make any question about Docker, I will probably answer, or at least I'll try. So okay, so let's try, Chris. Which are the steps?
Yeah, so the whole step flow is described here as well. I made some changes to this today, to the repo. So let's hope it all still works.
I would not have done that, to be honest, but okay.
It's a Mac M1 issue where we used to run it on a MySQL database, and it's not really supported on the M1, so I changed it to a MariaDB. So let's hope that all works. And it's a very detailed step, so I think like everyone should be able to go through this. It does help if you have a little bit of like understanding of what Docker is, but like if anything is unclear, feel free to ask.
Yes.
Francesco will be able to help you with Docker.
Yes,
so
of course.
The first step will be to run this command just to check if you have Docker installed. So as you can see, I do have that. And
can I add something very, very fast? This Docker dash compose, because maybe in some tutorials you see Docker dash compose and Docker space compose. So Docker dash compose is a Python tool which has been developed. Let's say that's the old one, and you can do the exact same commands with Docker space compose, which is the new tool, the new CLI tool for Docker, and it's written in Go. But you can have the same. Maybe you have more features with the new one, but of course this works. Nice.
Cool. So then the first actual step is to clone the repo. So this is a different repo. So this is the apps repo, which has basically all the front-end stuff in it. So it's kind of explained here, but it's not really important for us. We just want to clone it. So to clone a repo, you kind of press this green code button, and you can either clone it through HTTPS, but like preferred way is just use Git for it. This will just use the Git CLI.
Yes, just let me add that if you don't have the SSH set, you can use the HTTPS one, but it's okay, it's the same.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So I opened up a terminal. I use all my project in the www folder. It's just like a thing I do to keep everything clean. And then we just have to clone it. So we do git clone, and then I didn't copy it. Paste the link we got. And then if we run that, it will start cloning the repo in the apps directory.
Exactly. So this is not specific to neither Docker or Daily.dev. This is the normal process to clone any repository on GitHub. Perfect. You can also download the zip if you don't have Git, but this is the preferred way, of course. Nice. So clone the apps repo. Maybe we could add the command so people can just copy paste here and clone the apps repo. But it's great. It's great. Okay. Perfect.
So now we have to navigate to the folder, which is I see not explained, but we basically now gonna run the Docker compose command to pull the images and like start up the container.
Perfect. So basically, cool. Yes. So basically, with the Docker compose pool, we will pull the images defined in the Docker compose. I'd like to check that, or maybe we can check this later. By the way, if you just do Docker compose up, and if you don't have the images locally, they will be pulled anyway. So, but I like this. This explains how is it working. So this command is also nice. Okay. So
And
I like
then
this.
I opened up my Docker desktop just so we can see in the background that it's doing something.
Okay.
So basically just copy paste these things, run the command. So
Maybe
it's pulling all the images.
nice. Maybe with this command we will block our terminal. So maybe we could have done the docker compose app -d, which stands for detached, and it leave the terminal. But we can open another one. But this command is nice because we will show also the logs if there are any. So yes.
So as you can see, it's now spooling up. So we get all
Hey
the
Rocket,
sorry, this
nice
one.
perfect picture.
We get all the
This
separate
looks great.
things.
This looks nice.
Yeah, pretty good.
Nice.
And you can see
Nice.
all the individual containers doing their thing.
Yeah, and for example, I can just say that if we had to install MySQL, install Postgres, and other stuff, probably it would have taken like half an hour at least. And it's not only that; it's that by doing this, we are sure that we are deploying the service on our machine with the same exact version as we use in Daily.dev, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, you would install that exact version. Or think about that you already have MySQL installed on your machine and you need another one just to test the Daily.dev. Probably you would not do that, or that can really mess your system. So, yes.
I
Nice.
see one little thing already. So this is, I'll look into this after this call. So apparently during boot, it exits the gateway. So the gateway needs the SQL database, and it's not created at this point yet, or like not populated. So it exits like because it can't get a connection.
Okay, here we can do multiple things. So we can either restart one of those services, or maybe we can one little trick could be, I don't know, maybe we should check this a little bit more, but one thing that we can change the restart policy of the container. So we can set like the restart policy restart always, so if it fails we'll start over again. Or another thing, it could be like we rerun the first containers by hand with writing docker compose app and the name of the service, and then the other one. So
yeah,
let's
so
see. Okay,
for now, I'll just manually start the gateway again, because now it will have the database. So just like a quick overview. So we use a Redis database for basically actually all the stuff. So all the post data, the upvotes, everything related to that. Then we have the MySQL, which is kind of legacy. It uses some kind of user profile still. And what else do we have? Postgres.
Yes. But I think that this looks really as a real world project, because of course, if you do a real tutorial, pretty tutorial, you can start using the latest version. Everything is fine. The code base is small, but the little dev now it's 4 years old. So so of course there are some things like that, but there's no problem with that. Yeah. Okay.
No, exactly.
Nice.
So I'll just open up Table Plus. It's like a database connection tool.
I've discovered Table Plus 2 weeks ago, and I love it.
Oh yeah, no,
It's
I'm a big
perfect.
fan of it. It's super
Okay.
clean. So this is a connection to the MySQL one. So it just uses like a local host connection, because Docker opened this up now on the normal port. So
Yes.
do be aware that you can't have a Mac MySQL running, because then it won't spool up ever. And we can test this. So you see it's up and running. So if we connect to this, we can inspect the database.
Yeah, I really love that test button of Table Plus. It's one of my
Yeah, no,
favorite
it's
features.
amazing.
It's simple but very useful feature.
And
Okay.
then we should get a gateway project.
Nice.
Oh wait, I'm just making sure.
Mhm.
No, we'll get to that. And then the other thing that's important is this one, which is the Postgres database. So we can
Mhm.
test that that one's running. Connect to that. You could see it also has some stuff in here.
Mhm.
So these are all the tables that we use.
Perfect. And
Right.
Ida say that we have to wait for script. Maybe we forgot to add it for the gateway. But I think that this is a very good test because we are doing this live because we want to check the repository. Because of course, this project is always changing every single day,
Yeah.
daily we can say. So this is a great test. So if we have any problem, we spot this today. So we are showing this really transparent way. So forgive us if we have some problems, but we are testing this live. We have been busy doing other stuff in the meanwhile. The Plus is alternative to Docker exec. Mm,
Yeah.
not really. Maybe you mean that you can use Table Plus to access, but you still need Docker exec to do other stuff. I see what you mean, Rohit. But yes. It depends on what it depends on what you have on your machine. For example, if you are using a remote server, probably you will not use Table Plus, but you need to either do Docker exec or install pSQL or other tools for other DB.
Cool. So the next step is to apply the migrations for a database. So, like you said, it literally every day there's new commits and things change.
Yeah,
So we use
and
type ORM.
and
So we'll
and as
get
you
migrations.
yeah, and as you can
Yep.
see, we still need the Docker exec command somewhere.
Yeah.
We are just using this just 3 seconds after. Okay. So this is an interesting command. I was explaining this yesterday on the Docker YouTube channel, and the Docker exec command is basically to run other uh, programs in the container, other processes in the container. So, for example, as far as I see, we basically are running the typeform CLI JS, the migration command. Yeah,
Yeah.
basically we are running this command. Perfect. I like it.
Yeah. So it's the same as logging into this container and executing a node migration
Yes.
run command.
Yeah.
I see one little thing. So the containers spool up with dashes, and we have it with an underscore here still. So
It's
we
interesting.
need to change that because this now won't run. If you
Of
run it,
course.
run.
Nice catch, Chris. Probably I would have never noticed this in a live stream. So 10 points to you.
It's not the first time I'm doing this, but it used to be with underscore. So I'm not sure when we change
Okay,
it.
so maybe.
So if we run this now in our apps folder, we should see that the migrations have been run.
Mhm.
Just see.
Nice. We should. Exactly.
Okay, so
Nice.
that's all the migrations.
A
As you can
migration.
see, they run.
Perfect. A migration on a live stream. You will not see this every day, by the way.
No.
Nice. 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 Nice.
And then the second one is to run the gateway migrations. So we'll also do
Here I
that.
see there is a dash. No, there are underscores.
Yeah, I'll also fix it.
And as you can see here, maybe if we have time, I'm curious to check the Docker files and the Docker Compose, but we can do this at the end of the
Perfect.
demo if we have 10 minutes. But for now, it's going very well. We just need to change these names, but
So you can see it did 23 migrations now. That's cool. And then the last step for like the API side of things is to populate with like seed data. So it will just insert some random post and
This is
like
nice.
random stuff. It's
But
always
this
good
is
to
great.
have something to work with. So.
Nice. I I really like this step because if you start, of course, with an empty DB, probably you will see something which is empty, or you can also have some strange behavior, strange commands. So I like this seed. Expected result.
Not sure if this. Okay, no, it's because my database is now from my local one. It's what do you call it?
Okay, maybe you are using the same DB that you are using for to develop.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the one I have locally. So basically, you would see this.
Nice.
And
Okay.
that's it. So now we have the database. So again, you can use whatever tool you want to just check this one and see it has like some random post in it. So as you can see, like you have a lot of data to work with, just so it's easy for you to
Nice.
try it out. So that's basically all the admin stuff, like the APIs and the gateway setup. So now we want to actually run the front end of it, right? So we can see something. So to do that, we use Lerna to basically, Lerna is like a good way to manage multi-packages. So
Hey, Catalin. Hey there.
inside this apps folder, we first will, I'll use npm use just to make sure I'm on the right version of Node for this project. As you can see, it runs on Node 14. It does make a difference. You can't run this on 16 at the moment, just because of some dependencies. Yeah. And then you would have to install Lerna. I can run this, but you'll see it's already installed for my Node 14.
Install it globally. To be honest, I don't know what Lerna is.
Yeah, so Lerna is kind of like your package manager, but for multi-purpose apps. So as I said, we use the extension, the web app, all in one folder. So it just can run multiple package files. That's basically what it does.
Got it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I probably shouldn't have run this. It's going to take forever. Once it's done, though, we can run the Lerna bootstrap command, and that will, for each of the projects in this folder, it will just basically install all the packages. So we'll do that in a second.
Okay, nice. I don't know if we can replace this with something with works on all machines. I don't know if we can run maybe Lerna with Docker. No.
Not sure.
To just use always the same version. That would be maybe. I don't know. For now,
it would be nice.
Because otherwise we should add in the prerequisites that you should have Node installed, because maybe we use Node a lot, but yes, in that case, that's the prerequisites, of course. Probably, if you are a developer, you know you have stepped into Node at some points of your life, but this is not a must. For example, yeah,
no, true.
Discovered this like some months later. Yes, I went to an event here in Italy, and everybody was talking about Node, so it was I was just getting started. So I said, okay, so let's check it, and that was great, to be honest. Okay,
cool. So for some reason it did an update, but so basically now we can run Lerna bootstrap, and it's normally pretty quick. It's just going to bootstrap. So you can see we have 5 packages. And
nice.
Basically it's going to install all the dependencies, but it's like a smart way to do it. Like it knows which package use the same one, so it doesn't have to load the same one over and over. And we do use some other internal ESLinting and our own share configs and stuff. But that's for most people doesn't matter.
I like that in the README there is written like expect the result. So if you see this, that you can relax.
Yeah,
that's
exactly. Yeah, sometimes you don't know it. Like these things just exit and nothing happens. So it's good that we listen what you must wait for.
It's something that maybe we should see more often. Yes, this expected
I agree.
result. It should be like almost a standard, I think, when you run this kind of commands. Like at least sometimes, yes, we have different results because maybe you have just a different version or something that we already have. Okay, so now it's
Exactly.
safe.
So what we can do now is the easiest thing to get started with is the web app.
Okay.
So the web app is like exactly the same as the Chrome extension, and it runs normally. If you go to app.daily.dev, you'll see the web app. So as you can see, it looks literally like the Chrome extension, but on a website. So that's what we're gonna run. So in the folder we cloned, we need to navigate to packages and then the web app. And inside this, we can simply run npm run dev. That's going to spool up a local server. So if I now visit this local host,
Maybe we should give it a little seconds because I see some logs in the background yet.
it doesn't matter. It's just like Tailwind being a pest.
Yeah. Thank you, Katalin. Perfect.
Okay. So as you can see, my cookie is still set. So I'm still logged in, which will actually give some errors now since my user doesn't exist.
Yeah,
So if I log out, you can see it has like literally some posts in it.
Yeah. Yeah, and we want really to point out that Chris is working on this right now on his machine. So it just stopped maybe for 1 hour to show us. But if that's working in this way, yes, I think this is really, it really shows that it's really the power of this project of being an open source project. So it were just a little very super small things, small typos, but basically I think after this Chris will just close this and we can start to work on this again. So it's amazing, Chris. It's amazing and fascinating.
Yeah, so no, that's 100% it. So it's super easy to get started. As you see, we're like what, half an hour in, and we have the web app basically running with data in it. So we can just use this now, like as we would use the app. So that's really fantastic. Like you get all the stuff working with data already in it.
Nice.
So if we go back to the daily project, obviously the bigger project we have is the Chrome extension. And the cool part is that you can also run that locally. So maybe we should also do that just so people have seen it.
Let's try.
Cool.
Okay, let's try.
So I'm going to stop this one
This
for a
one.
second. And then I'm just going to go back to my apps folder. And then we have to navigate to packages extension, right? And then we run npm run dev, and it's with the colon Chrome.
Okay.
Right, and that'll take a while. I'm just gonna open this folder just so you can see what happens.
Nice. Looks great.
So this now created a dist folder, which is what we gonna need. So that got created now.
I see that. I see that VLC has taken your .ts file. It wants to open your TS file. So not okay.
Yeah. Yeah, crazy. They think every extension can be played as a video. So now we have to go to Chrome extensions, which is basically the extension manager for Chrome. And what I'll do is I'll turn off the live version. So I think now I just get my old school Chrome, I haven't seen that in a long time actually. And then, so if we go back here, we can enable developer mode from the top right section, which I already did. So you can see it's toggled on here. It basically just gives you this extra bar where you can load your own extension. So then we must click the load unpack, right? And then we have to navigate to the apps folder, packages, extension, and then the dist. I think we also need to click this one. Just gonna make sure.
I
Right.
see that now we see the version. I see that now it's changed at the top. It changed. Now
Yeah,
it's
the latest one.
3.8.1. Nice.
So you can see here that like orange thing with, I don't even know what the icon is, but that orange ball means it's like your unpacked thing.
I don't know.
So I now enable this one. So if I now open a new tab, I should get a local version, which we do. So you can see these posts are the ones that are in the test database.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really cool. And then basically this means we can start working on like creating features or fixing bugs for Daily.dev.
Mm-hmm. But this is nice. So we start from the same code base, or there are two code bases? No.
That's a good question. So if we open up the project, I can show you.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just go here. I'm just going to open Visual Studio Code for this project. And yeah, so basically the apps directory, which is all the front-end stuff, comes with multiple packages, as I said. So there's 5 packages. And there is 2 build packages, which we see now. It's the extension. So that's the Chrome extension. And then there's the web app. And then we have a shared repo, which is basically everything that's in common between the two. So this is actually the biggest project. So if we work on Daily.dev, we generally work in the shared project. I don't know, let's give you a good example. So like all the feed stuff is in here. All your filter stuff is in here. So this is the sidebar basically. So that's all loaded from one shared module. So this gets integrated in the web app and in the extension. And then,
yes,
of course, the extension, let me just grab it, has like some extra things like this do not disturb thing, which we only have in the extension. So that is basically then sitting in the extension specific code base.
So honestly, I think that it's better like that than just hiding a button in the extension. I think that this is way better. So a way better solution.
Yeah, it's an amazing setup, really.
We have a very important question by Nimrod. Which VS Code theme are you using? This is not the hot dog. This is not the hot dog one. I just want to point this out.
I don't even know. I think it's the Aura team. I tried it out because it was trending on Daily.dev.
What about creating a VS Code theme for Daily.dev, Chris? What about this idea?
I'm working on it.
We should. One day we will release this.
Yeah, it's got to be a developer homepage in Daily.dev.
Nice. Perfect. Nice, Chris. So, yeah. Are you showing something else or
no, I think that's it.
Now?
So,
nice.
Yeah, if you could switch to video one.
Nice. Okay, perfect. No, yeah, Chris. Sorry, but I ask you maybe to share again because I would like. I wanted to take a look at both the Docker Compose and the Docker Compose file. By the way, the Docker file. But yeah, if you have any question, there is a video on that. Sure, Kathleen. Nice. Okay. Yes. So if you can share your screen, and then I can handle that. I can remove it from the. I can see. Can you show how to get started with the? Okay. Can you show how to get started with the repository as a beginner? To explain the structure. Maybe how to make a change. Maybe you mean this. So how to go? I like this because this is very practical approach, and I think that you are the perfect person to ask this. So maybe we can try to change a title just to show maybe the process of development.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. No problem. Perfect. Yes, a very nice question, Catherine. So can you share your screen, Chris?
Yeah. Can you see this now? Not
No.
sure.
Try again.
1 second. Oh, I forgot to actually click the button.
That's important. Can I add this? Okay, we are back. So let's take just a very fast look. So yeah, can you collapse all the services, please? So this is a version 3. We have the Redis we are using really all the defaults, because I just see those are the volumes, not the volumes. Okay, so daily Redis, which uses the Redis image with this volume and the ports. Okay, and the command is the command that you to replace the cmd in the Docker file. Of course, we're talking about the official Redis image. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you scroll a bit down? Looks nice.
We're
By the
actually
way.
using Redis 6 in the live, so we might have to also upgrade that at some point here.
Okay. Yeah. See. Okay.
So
perfect.
the Postgres image, and then this is like our temporary custom image for the MariaDB. And then we have the gateway, which is like a custom hosted image that we host on Google Cloud.
Okay. Nice.
So this should technically wait for the daily MySQL before it connects.
Okay. But is that waiting for the container or for the application? Because
I think it just waits till the container spools up, but it doesn't wait till it's actually done doing stuff.
I don't want to brag, but sometimes his Docker is that fast that when it runs the container, it's the MySQL. No, because it happens also to me. The container is up and running, but the MySQL is still still processing.
Yeah, it takes a while to do all the stuff it needs to do.
Nice.
So basically, we would want to add a restart here, but yeah. And then we have the API, which also does. Just depends on this stuff. It's pretty like lean setup, basically.
No, it's very lean. It's very lean. Yes, probably maybe we could use an external file for this environment, because there are many. But usually I prefer this approach. It's leaner, that you have the environment in the Docker Compose. So I like that. So let's try what Katalin asked for, and then just want to point out that Ido can watch a live stream while also reviewing PRs, like that. So nice.
I'm just thinking what we could do. Let's say we would have
even change a label, or maybe add. Maybe we can add some tooltip, because maybe I've seen sometimes we are missing a couple of tooltips or some features. Maybe I don't know, or maybe
maybe we start with a label that would be.
I like pretty basic stuff. If you want, you can hit the hide button. It's pretty annoying every time. The streamer is sharing your screen. It's annoying. Yes,
keeps popping up. Okay. So let's say we want to add something here, right?
Yes.
Like we're just gonna change this label.
Perfect. Instance. I like this very basic example. Yes.
So the best way to go about it is just to see what's happening and how this is loaded. So we just take this, always a good example, to just search for it. And
this is usually what I do. Yeah, just to check the point. Okay, can we see the structure? Where are we? Maybe we
okay. So this is in the shared directory, as I said. A lot of stuff is always in the shared. So this is not then used by the extension and the web app.
Nice.
And we'll figure out how it gets loaded. So the change itself is like probably not that massive, because we could just add some text here, right? So we could just literally type something else here.
Just
like doesn't really matter. the dev card shows your reading progress.
Perfect. We are in this ranks in model.tsx file. Nice.
Yeah, so we do use TypeScript for most of the stuff. I just need to run the package. So if we're gonna run the web app because it's the quickest one to try out. I think I have it still running here. Let's just
check which one do we have, because we have opened this multiple times.
Yeah.
Now it's but the way it's still starting, but I like this.
Okay, so now if we open this, you see it has the new text that we added.
So yes, so maybe it was that simple that maybe.
Yes, but we can have a look like how this then works, because I think that's like pretty interesting. So if we want to see like how this ranks model gets loaded, we can just see we kind of do quite a lot of passing through. So as you can see, the ranks model gets loaded in a package, which is again a shared component. So it's the header rank progress component. So we kind of have to find out where this is used, and you can see it's loaded in the main layout. So that already gives us like a very good understanding that it's like a main thing that's loaded. So the main layout is basically used in both the shared and the extension. So if we now will layouting in our instance is a little bit different. But you can see this is now the extension. The new tab basically loads the main layout, right? But now I have to find the right one. I'm just going to make this a little bit bigger. Right, so if we take, I don't know, not the bookmark.
But I mean, it's very lean, and now we are just we're doing this live, so yes. So we are also explaining in the meanwhile, but yes, of course, feel free if you have if you have any question about this, or maybe about how you can deploy this, or you can the changes that maybe you would like to add. Yes.
Nice. Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, it's quite a big project to go through in terms of that. But what might be good to show is what you can do inside the project. So we kind of learned how we can run it. So both the extension and the web app. So another thing we could do is let's say we now change this text, right? And we think, okay, that's cool. We want to like deploy this. So we would generally have a new branch that we push this through.
Yeah, usually we have, yes.
But before we do that, we kind of want to test if we didn't break anything because of that, right? So we have a lot of tests set up, and the testing also runs through Lerna. So we can just basically test everything with Lerna. So that just makes it super easy for us to see if we didn't break anything. And
this is
we didn't.
I think this is very, very important if you have a real world project. It's not something that you can skip if you want to see the production one day and also stay there for at least 1 week, let's say. So,
no, exactly. It's very important.
Because I think you when you have like 2 or 3 or 4, but even 10 features, say you can test those manually. But other than that, if you don't want to pass your weekends, but maybe it's not only that. Is that maybe you should not be scared to add some new feature, because that's the idea of an application. So you should say, oh, maybe don't do that. Let's not do that, because otherwise we can break everything. That should not be the idea of something which is in production and used. I don't want to brag, but more than 100 of thousands of people has downloaded this. So yeah, maybe it's not a good idea. Yeah, one of the things that I really like about Daily.dev is the number of users, which is very good. So this is very good for, of course, for everyone, but of course you mean to keep the repository always up and running, the project up and running. Yes, so this is very important because a lot of people, they use this daily. Sorry for the pun word, that was intended, by the way. And yes, we haven't shown how maybe if also the extension changes, but I think that it does when you made the
we can run it
with the label. Yeah, just to show it again. So maybe if you were missing this.
So
but,
yes. the test all went well, so we didn't break anything, which is always good to know.
By the way, we skipped the most important moment, which was the test. We were successful.
That's fine. Nice. I'll have another thing I'll show you in a second that we have.
Sure.
So let's just wait a second. I think it already started. No, I didn't. Yeah. I think I broke my extension loading. Oh. Here we go. So as you can see now, this is the extension because we have no URL. Yeah. And we also see the new text in the extension now. So we only changed this in one place, and these are two separate projects. So that's pretty amazing.
Yes, this is so maybe they can look almost the same, but but I think that's the goal. So to give the same user experience, but of course from the code point of view, they are not the same project.
Yeah.
Because of course we have different features, or maybe I don't know if in the future we can have something which is different. By the way, yeah, it's also it's also a Firefox extension, right?
Yeah. It runs the same code base as the Chrome extension. So we can also run it in Firefox if you want.
Yeah, I don't know because I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure that the Edge one uses the same Chrome V8. The Edge browser uses this V8. If you want to go deep into that, we can talk about that. I'm not an expert about this stuff, but I know more or less how do they work. It's interesting. It's also related to the history of Node. Maybe that's for another live stream, but yes. Instead of for Firefox, do you know if that uses? I think it uses a different one. It's not the same. It's not V8.
Yeah, I know. Firefox, I don't know exactly if they also use Chromium. No, I think they have their own engine.
Nice.
Yeah. So another thing we have, which makes a good project, I think personally, is let's just take an example, right? So I don't know. We kind of need to have a good example. Yeah. Yes. So let's say Lee is working on something really cool coming up soon. He makes a lot of pushes. There's like some pull request data, but the moment he pushes, we also run the test on Circle CI. So all the tests need to also pass here, and the deployment has to complete. So sometimes a test can succeed, but a deployment can fail due to I don't know, API not connecting to the front end or whatever. And we also check that before it even goes into the master branch. So we have quite a lot of setup stuff that helps to maintain the product to be up and running and have little to no errors.
Nice. And I know one friend of mine, he works at Circle CI. So if we have any problem, I can contact him directly. Yes. So
nice.
And of course, in Vercel also there is Hassan, the new developer advocate. So it's interesting. It's interesting because we are also to interact with other people of other companies that we worked with. So we have also been on a sponsor for the Next.js conference. So it's interesting how we interact each other with other companies in these living projects. But yeah, so if you have any other question, we have still some minutes. Yes, so
I think it's also
go.
a good idea to like now we set up the thing, right? So we didn't do really much of a change, but maybe if we can pick like a small thing, because I like the idea where we have like a small feature that we're adding, but that's actually doing something rather than a text change, that we can live stream that. So it's like the follow up thing. That would be really cool.
That that would be an amazing idea. So because think about even changing just I don't know, like the layout, just one pixel. It's already there is some stuff to do because you need to set this up. And yes, thank you, Catherine. Thank you for your question. It was very practical and yeah, it was great. Yes. So yes, so this, for example, could be an idea to actually code something. Maybe we should check this. It would be great to see that really in production. So that could also be an idea, or any other question. So basically, we are creating this series to also to explain something. If you have any question about something that you would like to know, maybe we can redirect you to the right link. So yeah, but it's a very fascinating project. It's I remember that I interviewed Nimrod in January 2021. It was like the title. It was like how 3 developers can change life. It was a catchy title, as I usually do. But now we are 6 in the team, so we have doubled that. So we need to make an updated version of this. And yes, so this could be the topic also of the upcoming weeks. And maybe it will be nice to make some announcement, some upcoming features. So yeah, of course we can also do a tweet about that, but maybe doing this doing live, it will be awesome. Yeah, and of course we are close. Yeah, now we are getting also closer to Christmas in a couple of months. I don't know if we can release some ideas, but we have some upcoming features, right, Chris?
Exactly. Cool stuff coming up.
Let's see. Okay.
And yeah, especially also good to note, like, I mean, Daily.dev is a product built by developers, but the main thing to not forget is it's for developers. So if you as a developer have like an idea about it, or something like even annoys you, or you want to see different, just please log it with us, because some of our best features are basically user generated ideas that we incorporated. So we're always open to hear your suggestions and ideas about things.
Yeah, absolutely. We are open to everything. You can reach out to me, the account of Daily.dev. I think and also Chris and everybody else in the team. You can reach out. And yes, what I see is that the more time passes, and it seems that it's getting more and more traction. So sometimes some projects after a while they tend like to have like a plateau or stay stable. Instead, they see that we are increasing. I don't know. I promise that maybe in the future it would be nice to share some stats. Maybe I need to coordinate which stats can we show. But this is something that I'd like to do. So to show some stats and see some numbers. But for us, we have pretty good numbers. And yes. Which was the plus one for what? We have said a lot of things. Maybe you said about the developers, product for developers. Like, yes. I remember there was some spot like that, like coffee from coffee lovers to to coffee lovers, something like that. So yeah, it's really a product by developers and for developers. So we can make it really big and really useful, because I see from what I've seen this year, for example, Hashnode didn't even exist before Daily.dev, so we have added that, and now it's getting huge in the community, and other sources can come, someone can change, but Daily.dev is here to stay. Please.
For sure, yeah, 100%.
Perfect. There we go. everything, especially about the feature request. That's important. Yes, we would like really to connect with you. So instead of recording this video, we are doing this live. So they are not perfect, but it went well. It went great, to be honest. But it's nice. It's nice, I think, also for the people to have a place where they can jump and ask something. So this was just the first episode, but we will do more, and we hope to see even more questions. But we also started to get some. So yes, I'm happy, Chris. Thank you for your help. Thank you for showing this. And yes, perfect. Would you like to say something before we close?
No, I hope it shows like how easy it is to get started with. I really enjoy. I remember the first time I ever ran this project, and since then I've done it quite often. But like to have your own version of Daily.dev and you can like make changes, it's just so cool. So I definitely recommend everyone just trying it out, just for the fun of seeing how a project at this scale works.
Yeah, for sure. I need to check the Docker files. We have not done this today, but I'll check this on my own. And yes, but let's see, because I think it's a great project. Everything is open source. It's on GitHub. You can check it out. You can reach out to us. Yes, you can also contribute to the project. It would be nice also. I think that honestly, I think this. I'm not saying this because I work here, but it's you can make just one contribution to a project. It will be nice for you. So of course, you don't need to work 24/7 for a project for free. But if it's come from you, maybe you see something that you can change, and maybe you notice something, because we are putting the code out. Maybe so if you see something maybe we have not seen, you can contribute. You can make it notice. Yes, perfect, Chris. So thank you for being here. I hope to see you again, because you have already been my guest a couple of times. So perfect. So we are done for today. Yes, about 1 hour. Sorry, about 1 hour. And yes, you can check the dev. I think in the future we will set some bot to create who creates the link. But today I've done this manually. I've been leaving bot, leaving AI. And yes, okay, perfect. We are done for today. Perfect time, cool. Perfect timing. So we want to keep it not too long. Perfect. Bye bye.
Thanks everyone. Thanks. Bye.